Welcome, you guys. It is 2024. It is 2024, and we are switching things up in 2024. I don't know about you guys. I personally have a lot of goals. I've got a lot of things that I've pivoted on, that I've started to really take a look at when it comes to my business and how I'm working it and the things that I need to change. A lot of that I worked through when doing the planathon. So if you missed the planathon, you can always catch that. It is on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and rewatch that at any time. The documents are there in the description. So those documents that I reference during the video and the training will guide you along through that. But I want to welcome you guys again. This is the first. It is January, so once a month we will be doing these. These are our monthly synergy, right? Synergy is really working together, right? Working and coming together and working on our businesses. So these are going to be very business based, right? Okay, I'm going to try and cut out a lot of the fluff. I'm going to try and give you just the brass tacks of what we need to do so we in our business can not only build upon what we've already started, and if you're restarting, all of those things, right? These are where the building blocks are going to come into place for us. So you'll want to be on the lookout for these every month as we move forward through 2024. So let's go ahead and again, let's dive right into the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes of our business. This month, what I'm going to focus on is really trying to figure out the best way to have that communication with your customers. We know that in this business, we need to be communicating. So we need to establish how we're going to do that. I see many consultants. I've been doing this for 12 years and I've seen it grow over the 12 years, where they feel that Facebook is the end all be all when it comes to their business. And specifically when we think of, and others think of, this is a social media based business, right? I can work this business through social media. And I see time and time again that Facebook. And then I hear what you guys have maybe said yourself. I've said it myself. And it is, I'm not getting anything. I'm not seeing results. I post things. I talk about things and nothing is happening. We have to drill back down to communication. Communication needs to be one of the pillars of your business. Now, communication can come in all kinds of different forms. You guys probably know this, but that communication has to be established. And so sometimes we have to take the blinders off. Because like I said, we can find ourselves stuck in that one cycle of thinking, I'm doing all the social media things, right? I'm on Facebook, I'm replying, I'm commenting, I'm gaining followers, or maybe you're not gaining followers, right? Or you're promoting or boosting posts on Facebook, hoping that that will get you seen and get more traction on what you're posting. The problem with that strategy is that, for one, it is going to be a very flip-floppy, for lack of a better term. I don't really know of a better way to say it, but flip-floppy. Because here's the thing. You can, by all means, post something one day and maybe you end up getting a sale, or maybe you get multiple sales. Who knows, right? There's going to be people who maybe see that post and then are intrigued and then buy from you. And then you're going to make maybe the same type of post or the same post next month, and then nothing happens. You're like, what changed? That's because algorithms change. The way people are interacting on social media change as well. So if you are looking at it from, I want to utilize social media to leverage my business, you have to get outside of just Facebook, and you have to continue that communication beyond Facebook. Because if you limit it just there, then sadly enough, I hate to say it, it's probably not going to do you much good. Okay? Because you've heard this just as much as I have, and probably just as much as I've said it, is that this is a relationship based business, right? We have to be building relationships with our customers. And while yes, social media can help us doing this, we can't rely solely on social media. We just can't. And anybody who tells you different is trying to get you to do things in a way that's not going to be sustainable for your business. And in 2024, we are going to be about sustaining and building our business. That's what we are about in 2024, okay? We're claiming this new year and we're starting it off on the right foot and on the right path. So one of the content pillars of our business is communication. You need to be looking for how you are communicating with your customers. If you were to have your notebook out, right, and write down communication and then list out how you are communicating or how you are utilizing things on social media, if you're just writing Facebook on that list, then my friend, we have some work to do. I will tell you that over the past year, I have been, well, over the last year, okay, in 2023, I focused and I really pushed my focus on creating an email workflow. Now, I will say that in the beginning of 2023, I wasn't as consistent as I should have been, okay? But as we all know, it happens, right? So what do we do when we recognize a bad behavior or something that's not working? We correct it, right? We make that a goal for next month. Next month, I'm going to be better. Or next week, I'm going to do better because I just haven't been doing it very well, right? So in 2023, over the span of the year, I decided that email was going to be the way I was going to communicate. That was going to be one of my communication pillars, right? Because while I can sit here and say that, yes, I have built my business through social media, because I have, the majority of my customers are not friends, are not family, and the majority are certainly not local. But I have done that by being consistent across different platforms, along with other pillars of our business as well, right? Like follow up and communication, duplication, consistency. Those are the things, right, that are going to get us to where we need to go. But it really is fine tuning that, right? It takes a little bit of practice to see, what do I need to do? So when we look at communication on our notebook paper, right, how are we communicating? Are we just posting on Facebook? Okay, we know that's not going to just be the one thing that's going to build and grow our business, right? It's just not. Now you can utilize that, you can leverage that, and we'll get into that in a few minutes here. But for the most part, you can't just rely on Facebook to do the legwork for you. You are going to have to put in the work, and you are going to have to find another way to also supplement that communication. It just can't be based solely on that one platform, guys. People change. People's habits are changing daily, if not weekly, if not monthly, if not yearly, on how they're viewing social media. You'll see it all the time, right? In with Hollywood and things like that. I'm taking a break from social media, right? Everybody goes through stages to where maybe they're just on Facebook a whole bunch, or whatever platform, right? A whole lot, or doing a lot more on it. And then you'll see that they tend to dwindle off, and maybe they've gotten used to now looking at something else, or now they've got a new game on their phone and they're like, oh yeah, whenever I have a chance, Candy Crush is where it's at, right? Or Monopoly Go is where I'm in. And so you're going to have people who are going to look at Facebook a lot, or look at social media a lot, and a lot of people who are going to pull back. And obviously that's going to change, because everybody's different. Everybody's different in how they look at it, how often they look at it, what they're looking for, what's in their feeds, who they're following, all the things, right? All the things are different. So I really looked at, okay, in my communication, I wanted to really work towards email. Now you have a couple different options in communication. You can, of course, utilize text, right? We have a really great program that is available, Project Broadcast. You bro. Project Broadcast is out there. I did try Project Broadcast for a while. I tried it and just didn't work. At least for me. That was me. That's just me and my personal business. With Project Broadcast, one of the main things was that it was coming from a different phone number. So I very quickly found that a lot of my customers were getting very confused because they were like, wait a minute, Jacqui, did you get a new phone number? Because it's a new number. I don't recognize it. My team members, maybe some of you who are on, right? Maybe you were like, what the heck is this? Who's this person, right? This person's not in my contacts. PB changes that. And there's ways that you can redirect the phone number. It just wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me. Again, when things are not working, what do? We pivot. So I knew that text communication, while yes, I can have my phone and I can sit here and I can text all my customers. That's going to take a while though, right? I do utilize boards, so it does help a little bit by being able to quickly have that alternate keyboard on there for boards. That's fabulous. But at the end of the day, I wanted more control over how my communication was going out. I didn't want it relying solely on text. I didn't want it relying solely on social media because we do not own, as much as we want to believe we do not own the content once we throw it out there into social media, into the verse, right? Into the meta world, right? Out there, what's happening? You are seeing algorithms change, people and their habits change, and how they're viewing a platform, how they're utilizing it, what they're looking at. And who knows, tomorrow Facebook could just crash and be gone. Where would your business be, right? So that's why that pillar needs to be, one of our pillars of our business is communication. Text can be a way that you can do it. Mail outs are a fabulous way, but I will tell you that if you're just relying on mail outs alone, you're probably going to be eating up a big chunk of your business budget. Okay. I love my happy mail. I love sending out my mail. In fact, I've got, I'm back dated on my happy mail, actually, on my team mail. I've got my customer mail over here that I need to get out. I have to get to the post office this weekend, right? Things like that are going to happen. So I know that I can't also just rely on that. So that's why I went down and started looking at email. Now, I actually use FloDesk. There are many different ways that you can use email. So I'm not saying that my way is the only way or whatever. It's just the way that has worked for me. I always, always, always encourage everyone that whenever you are starting something new, a new app, a new program, whatever it is, you need to be dating that app. You need to be looking at that and saying, is this going to work for me? Don't just jump in and start paying for services that you may or may not even utilize. I did that a lot at the beginning, and I will tell you, wasted a lot of money by doing that. Okay. So I learned that what I needed to do is I just needed to work my way through it. Am I really going to utilize this? Am I really going to use this? And then if I was, okay, can I stay on the whatever it is for the free platform or the free trial? Or is this worth it to actually pay for the services? And I found with FloDesk that it was worth it. Now, I do have a code where you can get it 50% off. That is wonderful. That is great. So you can utilize that to get your free trial. Well, you'll get a free trial and then you get 50% off for your first year. Fantastic. Okay. It was $19. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. What FloDesk and what email did for me specifically was it gave me the opportunity to approach my customers and have that communication that could go out on a consistent basis that was also aesthetically pleasing. What happens when you open an email? What happens when you look at a text? What happens when you look on social media? You are looking for something to stop the scroll or capture attention, right? So FloDesk, and again, there's many others, right? There's MailChimp, there's Mad Mimi, I think, that is still at their constant contact. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but there's many different services. So again, date these different services. Okay, you can also do it yet another way, and you can use your own email, and you can go on Canva, and you can create a Canva document, and that can be your newsletter that you then email out through your Gmail or your Yahoo or whatever it is that you use. Now that's going to be a little bit more manual, but you can do it without spending a single dime. Okay. So again, if that's something that you want to date a while, you want to try it out, you want to see if that's going to work for you, that's what I would encourage. FloDesk for me is the one, like I said, that I just really fell in love with. I fell in love with it for one, because it's got a lot of templates, so I can make it look aesthetically pleasing. I can make it look professional, right? I can do it. I can also create, and then I can schedule when those emails are going to go out. You guys know that I not only work full time, I am now in college, back to school, back to school. I've got things going on. I've got family. I've got everything else, right? And you guys are just as busy, if not more, than I am. And who has the time to do a lot of that, right? I will tell you that yes, I make the time for this because it is important, but when I do have the opportunity, maybe on a weekend, right? When I don't have school, when I don't have work, I can be doing some passive work, which is what I love doing, is passive work. That's usually me on the couch with the MacBook or the iPad or whatever, or even my phone sometimes. And while maybe I'm watching something mindless on TV, as my husband would say, whatever, I'm actually maybe um, making some Canva creations, maybe I'm constructing some emails, whatever. That's what FloDesk was able to do for me, right? It was able to give me an opportunity to, when I had the time, to sit down and curate and write what I wanted to go out, and then say, okay, I want this to go out this date. And then, oh, I'm going to do another one for next week. So I've got a little bit more time here, right? Let me go ahead and see what's coming out next week. Let me see what I want to talk to my customers about next, the week after that. And then the week after that, right? So when I had the time to dedicate to doing that, I could do it and then set it up on a schedule to go out on certain days. So that way, when those days came up, I didn't have to go, oh crap, I didn't send any communication this week. I didn't send anything out, right? And oh man, now I'm gonna be off my game. I'm not gonna be consistent. Now I'm falling behind. And oh my gosh. And that's when, for me, the anxiety of my business kicks in. And I wanted to rid myself of that business anxiety, because I'm doing this business for me, for my family, and at the end of the day, what are we doing, guys? We are selling things that smell good. People love those products, okay? They love the products. And so we need to make sure that we're not pulling it all on ourselves, and we're working smarter and not harder. Over and throughout 2023, I became more and more and more consistent with that email. What I started to find, and what I still to this day, every single week that I send out my email, I can guarantee you that either that day, the next day, or within the third day. So it's my 72-hour rule is what I joked with my husband. I was like, I've got a 72-hour rule with my email. It's my 72-hour rule that when that email goes out within 72 hours, I at least get one order through my website. Now, here's the thing. That didn't happen overnight. That didn't start at the beginning of 2023 when I started saying, okay, I'm going to utilize email. What that ended up, because I was consistent in doing it, and when I create the actual meat and potatoes, of the email that are going out and really focus in on what do I want my customers to know about? What do they want to hear about? And then also throwing in a little bit of me into my emails. We are in a relationship building business. Whether you are on social media, whether you're sending texts, whether you're sending emails, whether you are FaceTiming, whether you're Snapchatting on Pinterest, on YouTube, whatever it is, wherever you are, you need to be integrating yourself with Scentsy, because that's going to be what people connect to with you. And with that connection, with building that relationship, it's those personal pieces. Now, I'm not telling you to open the diary and spill all of your deep, dark secrets and dreams and whatever, right? I'm talking about things that you would maybe normally tell a friend, right? So talk to your customers like they're your friends, plain and simple. The communication should be as you talking to a friend. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate what you're trying to do. The world that we live in is constantly changing. I did a video not too long ago, so you can find this on my YouTube channel as well. And it's all about using ChatGPT and Baird, which is Google's version of ChatGPT. Utilizing those in your business. So if you are someone who feels that you just don't know what to say, you don't know how to phrase it, maybe you're just like, oh, man, whenever I try and write something like that, it just never comes together. I'm not good at it, right? Okay, the world of AI is here, friends. The world of AI is here. It is. You can utilize ChatGPT, you can utilize Google's Bard, and you can go on there and you can say, help me write an email, or help me write a Facebook post, or whatever it is, right, about this. So I'm pretty sure I did this in my training video. But if you are, in this case, writing an email and you're looking for content this month, of course, we've got Bring Back My Bar, right? We got Bring Back My Bar. So what I did is I went to my workstation, opened up the news tab, found the news tab article with Bring Back My Bar. I picked out a lot of the pieces that I wanted, just copied, right? Then I opened up ChatGPT and I said, can you write me a funny email with this information? And then hit paste, right? Took everything directly from my workstation, the info that I wanted, the meat and potatoes of that article about Bring Back My Bar, copied, pasted that at the end of that ChatGPT, hit the enter button, right? And then there it is. It generated a whole thing for me. So if you're someone who is like, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to word it, I don't know, it looks like it's just from the workstation, then go outside the box, okay? Everything that you do in those AI, ChatGPT, Bard, all the things, right? When you're in there, you can customize it as much as you want. Okay, so you can say, maybe you want it to sound more like you. My best friend Texas, right? She says y'all a lot, right? So when she would be speaking to a friend, that's one of the words that she would be saying, right? So in her emails, when she is utilizing that AI piece, right, she's saying, write it with a Southern accent, right? Or write it with a Southern twang, right? And what that does is it then tells that AI machine, okay, all right, here we go, rolling the dice, throwing them out. And then there it is, and it puts in how it would sound if she were speaking it to a friend, right? So you can do different things like that to get the wording that you need. So if you find yourself in that creativity hole where you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say in this email, how am I supposed to word it? That is a really easy way for you to do that. Now, I love writing. I personally love writing. I've always been a writer my entire life. I'm a big reader, but I love writing. I have journals. Yeah, you have no idea. I have journals. Okay, I write a lot. And I personally love crafting my own emails, and that's just me, and that's what, again, works for me, right? But what I'm saying is, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. If you need help, there is help available. But what you don't want to forget in that communication is you want to be looking to see, okay, if I was sitting down with my friends and I wanted to tell them what was going on in Scentsy this month, this is what I think they would probably want to know. So I'd probably want to mention bring back my bar. I would mention about our join special. I would talk about our double rewards this month when they're having parties, right? Those are the things that I want them to know about. Obviously, the Valentine's Day collection. And then, okay, so I'm not just bombarding them all with, all the sales. But within that email, I'm also putting in parts about what's going on with me. I've talked about going back to college and going and being a nursing student, right? I've talked a lot about that. I've talked about my grandson and how we celebrated his first birthday, and when we were leading up and I was doing all the prep with my daughter and we were trying to plan out, the food and the decor and all the things, right? I shared a piece of that in one of my newsletters that went out. It's little things like that that, again, when you are communicating and building a relationship, those are the things that are going to pull those customers to you. And those are the things that are going to attract them to you. So while I've done that, I've just built and built and built upon that. Here's another thing that I want you guys to think about. And I want you to think about your customer base and what it looks like. Part of that communication is I have to be looking for new people that I'm bringing in, so I have more people to be sending out to those emails, right? One of the ways that I do that in the industry and sales and influencers, whatever you want to call it, they will call it leads, right? Generating leads, whatever. I don't like that. I think it feels too icky, so I don't really call it leads. I like to call it opportunities, finding friends, whatever you want to refer to it as. But for me, one of the ways for me to find new friends, to find new people to talk to about Scentsy, is a really great link in bio. So looking at your social media, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Pinterest, TikTok, wherever you are, right? What does your bio include? Does it talk about Scentsy? Does it mention that you're a Scentsy consultant? Great. But don't just utilize Scentsy. Don't stop there. Again, remember, you're looking for friends. You're looking for relationships that you can build upon here. You're looking for people who you can talk to. So while, yes, you want to say, hey, I do Scentsy, right? You also want to be like, oh, I'm a mom, or I'm a I've got fur babies, right? Maybe you're all about dogs or cats. Lisa Sanderson, right? All about the waxy cats. Those would be things that you would want to include, right, in your bio. You want people to get to know you a little bit. But in that link in your bio, I'm going to utilize the example for me as my Instagram, right? It used to be that Instagram allowed only one link to be listed. Now they allow you to use multiple. That's wonderful. I use another program and I just create a link in bio, but you don't have to get that fancy, and we'll do a whole training on that because I actually have that on my agenda to do a training about. But I want you to take a look at what's in your bio and what does it say. And I want you to put on the glasses of, if I was someone who didn't know me and I looked at my profile or my bio, what would I think of it? Would I be interested? Would I want to click follow? Would I maybe scroll through to see what's being posted? What's going on there, right? If you are looking at your bio and you're like, gosh, that looks dull. Again, if you're not creative or you're like, I don't know what to say, utilize those AI resources, okay? The AI resources are there when we need them, okay? You can utilize that to help you write a bio. You can go into ChatGPT right now and you can say, can you write a bio about me being a mom of 5 kids and I don't work outside the home or whatever, right? And it will give you that bio. And then you can say, okay, can you say it with West Coast accent. I don't know. Do people in the West Coast talk differently? I don't know. Or Canadian accent, right? Like something like that, making it again more personable, more personal, more you, right? How can you narrow it down to you? And so you want to get it to where it sounds more of who you are and individualized to you. So that help is there if you need it. But that's a really good place in that link. And I have it again. I'm going to go over the training. We're not going through it tonight, but it's all about, I use Bitly as my link in bio, but one of those things, FloDesk, another reason why I love it. FloDesk has the ability, and it's, oh gosh, I can't remember what the term is. But it's a place to capture information, right? It's a poster or something like that. We'll look at it. But I can go in there and it will just say, do you want to sign up for my customer newsletter? Enter your name, enter your email, submit here. And when that happens, I create that in Jotform. And when they fill that out and click submit, I have it to where all of those people who have opted in now go into, I have a segment of customers. So when they fill that out, they go into my customers segment on FloDesk. So when my next newsletter goes out, it automatically goes out to that segment that is named customers. And that's who it sends it to. So I am now able to communicate with those new people. That's how I'm generating new friends, new contacts to be able to start building relationships with. Now, a lot of this sounds complicated. It sounds like a lot of steps. It sounds like a lot of work. I get you. I feel you. What I'm trying to get across is no matter how it is that you're doing it, you need to have better communication to build your business. We have to be constantly looking for how we can improve that pillar of our business. 12 years I have been a Scentsy consultant. 12 years. And I am still, as of today, as of right now, as of this very weekend, right? I'm still writing up my emails and sending them out. Because why? Because I'm looking for new relationships out there of people who I can connect with, who are going to be interested in what I have to offer and the products that I sell. Those are the people that I'm looking for. That is my intended audience. So you are continuously going to be doing this. Like I said, over 2023, I just became very consistent with getting my emails out to my customers. I made it a meat and potato piece of my business, right? That is the main component of my business. And so in order to have that main component, I needed to be better. And yeah, sometimes it's taken me a little bit more time. Other times, maybe not as much. Now, utilizing AI, utilizing some shortcuts, you can find some really great ways to do this quick, easy, fast, whatever. And you can choose the frequency in which you're doing that communication. Maybe it's monthly. Maybe it looks like a weekly to your customers. I don't know, right? But you kind of have to maybe test the waters, start sending it out, start seeing what happens. Start seeing what is going to happen. And you can't just do it once and say, oh, I did it. Nothing happened, and then walk away. Just like with Facebook, just like with anything else with our business, we have to be consistent. We have to be the ones showing up and reminding people we sell things that smell good. If they want their life to smell better, we're here. We're here. And we're going to have dryer sheets soon. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, we have so many products for our customers to be excited about. A lot of our customers, I don't know about yours, but a lot of my customers are wax and warmers people. They love their wax. They are all about it. That's why they got the Scentsy Club. They've got it. It's there. It's running. It's all the things, right? But I'm finding as new products are coming out, my customers are starting to look at those other categories. They're starting to look at the clean line. They're starting to look at the laundry line, right? They're branching themselves out, and I love it. I get so excited when I see maybe that longtime customer who is now starting to order the laundry liquid, and I'm like, yes, they're gonna be so happy. It's gonna change their laundry world, okay? I talk about laundry a lot because I do laundry a lot, right? But it's good products. At the end of the day, this is how we are going to build those relationships. So over the course of this month, because next month in February, we're going to be having our monthly Synergy meeting again. We're going to talk about another pillar of the business. In the meantime, of course, you know, we have our weekly Monday trainings. That is our Monday trainings that go out. Those are more how-tos, more diving in, and that's what I'm going to be throwing in, how to use Bitly and their link in bio, how to create that. I'm also going to be going over FloDesk again because, hello, we just had this training, and I want you guys to see a little bit more of how I've kind of revamped it as I've gone into 2024. I'm also going to be sharing Canva and those things. So make sure that you are tuning into those because I want you guys, I don't do this for me. I do this to help you guys to build your businesses because this is what I wish I would have known sooner. These are the things that I wish I had known sooner in my business because I'm here 12 years of being a consultant, okay? 12 years. And I wish I had been this headstrong, this proactive in my business in the beginning. And maybe I'd be farther along. Who knows, right? But I'm on my journey. We're all on our own journeys. This is my journey, right? But who knows? I just wish that I had had this sooner. So that's why I want this information to get to you. And that's why it's important. And that's why I wanted to bring this monthly synergy, this monthly meeting to you to be able to really just drill down into these content pillars of our business and why they are so important. And then we will fill in the bits and pieces with the trainings along the way. So you will have literally everything you need to build and grow your business this year. All right, so that's what I have for you guys for, I was gonna say for this week, no, for this month, but we are going to meet again in February. So watch your email, watch the group for these trainings and when they will be taking place. And I cannot wait to see you guys grow and build on your communication.